What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and today we are talking about this guy, the Steam Deck. And I know a lot of people have had a lot of things to say about this, but I've had some experience with it now, so I wanted to give you my thoughts after the fact because I've had a little time to get used to it, to rub it down, give it a little massage, play some games on it, you know, because that's what it's meant for. But we're gonna get into everything that was involved with my experience with the Steam Deck. The good, the bad, the awesome, everything in between. So let's jump into it. So let's talk about the hardware of the Steam Deck, right? Feels like a mix between an Xbox controller and a Nintendo Switch as far as the ergonomics go. It's a solid piece of hardware. Yes, it's made out of plastic. Yes, people didn't like that for whatever reason, but it's solid. Like, this thing is so freaking solid. It's not that bad at all. Now, as far as the button layouts go, everything feels like it's exactly where it's supposed to be. Like, when I grab this, I just feel like I know exactly where everything's at automatically without even having to like look at the buttons or anything like that. It's placed very nicely and it just feels like home. If you're a gamer on console games, then you can pick this up and immediately feel like you are at home. So how this thing actually works, at least in theory, is you can install any game from your Steam library onto the Steam Deck. At least that's what they want at the end of the day, right? Not every game is compatible with this. Like, I have Crysis. No, it cannot run Crysis. I'm sorry. It actually says that it doesn't have any compatibility with Steam Deck. So there are some games out there, quite a few actually, that you can't play at all on the Steam Deck, which is kind of a bummer, but the thing is pretty new, so hopefully developers will latch onto it and we'll be able to play pretty much any game we want. But aside from that, you can also stream games directly from your gaming PC to your Steam Deck. Like, my gaming PC is in the room over here, and I can stream GTA 5 right to the Steam Deck, sit on my couch, play some video games, whatever, and it's actually pretty cool. But there are some ugly aspects of this, at least in my experience, again. So playing GTA 5, I noticed that a lot of things would like glitch out. Like, it would almost like skip like a handful of frames. And mind you, the panel on this guy is only 60 hertz. So if we're skipping frames at 60 because of a Wi-Fi glitch or something like that, it definitely makes a difference in the playability at times. Luckily, it wasn't that big of an issue for me. It just happened to be a small annoyance that would happen every so often. And I think that I have a pretty ideal situation. My Wi-Fi is pretty solid. My computer is literally right next door, and I shouldn't have any of those issues. I have a pretty solid gaming PC as well. So all of the factors that are going on really line up to have a good experience on the Steam Deck, but unfortunately, like I said, I would have a little bit of hiccups here and there, but nothing too major. So this right here is the 256 gigabyte model, and it does have SD card expansion as well, which is nice in case you want to bump up that storage. You can easily do so via an SD card. This is a very glossy screen. There is an etched version that's only available with the 512 gigabyte model, but I don't find the glare to be that much of an issue. I haven't been playing it outside or anything, so I really can't speak to that, but inside, it's perfectly fine. The screen seems bright enough. Speaking of the screen, this is a 1280 by 800 panel at 60 hertz, which that to me is not that big of a deal. If you're immersed in a game that you enjoy, think about this. I'm sitting on the couch playing a PC game disconnected from any kind of PC, just this little piece of hardware right here. There are some touchpads here, which don't have a lot of use in many games, at least the ones that I was playing. I was only playing a few different games, but I feel like they have a lot of potential. Yes, you can navigate menus with them and stuff like that, and some of them actually allow you to change the view of your character. Like, if you want to swirl the camera around, you can do that with the touchpad. It's cool, but I'm just perfectly fine with the joysticks and a D-pad and some buttons, and then we have the triggers all on the back and the top. One thing I will say though is that some of the games, depending on the compatibility, there'll be certain things that are missing, right? Like in Tomb Raider, I was unable to skip any of the cutscenes because it kept asking me to press a button that was on a computer, and I couldn't really do that on the Steam Deck itself. Now, I didn't do any research to see how to get around that because I was just immersed in the game and I was kind of listening to the story. But that was something that I noticed, probably not a big deal. There probably is a way around it. I was just enjoying my time playing a game, and I really didn't care to look into it any further. Now, as far as installing those actual games, it's actually pretty easy. Steam, the layout and everything really looks like it was meant to be here, right? Even the one on a PC. It was designed to be visual. It was designed to have big buttons and everything like that. The interface on here is so clean and so intuitive. I absolutely love it. Now, as far as gameplay internally, it's butter, you guys. Like, this thing is buttery smooth. I was playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I was playing GTA 5. I was playing Portal and Witcher 3, and everything just seemed so smooth without hiccup. It just worked out really well. I absolutely love the whole concept of this. It's a small little PC, like, in my hands that I can play my games at anywhere. And there's something to be said about that, right? Because I feel like there's nothing else that does what the Steam Deck does, really. And it's quite an intuitive piece of hardware. It really delivers on what it says it will. Obviously, there are compatibility issues with games, but that's kind of on the developer to get off their butt and make the games more compatible. Now let's talk about battery life, because this thing is a mixed bag, right? I personally have gotten anywhere from 1 hour to 4 hours, depending on the brightness, the Wi-Fi, what game I was playing, whether or not I was streaming. It is a very mixed bag, but I knew that going into it, and I understand the conditions in which it makes it so chaotic as far as the battery life goes. So it wasn't anything that really bothered me, but I know people are looking for like 10-hour battery life on a thing. You're getting a small little PC here. This cute little fan inside of here is blowing its head off every time you play a game to keep this thing moderately cool in the back. At the end of the day, you are playing PC games on something that's, you know, twice the size of my head. This is a $400 gateway into playing your PC games wherever you would like. Would I recommend this? Heck yes, because honestly, this does a lot more to advance PC gaming than any other console of its form factor. It's only $100 more than a Nintendo Switch, which isn't that bad. I think that all around, this thing is amazing. But I'd love to know what you think about the Steam Deck down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I put up new videos, because YouTube sometimes doesn't like to do that. So make sure you check all that stuff out. It really helps out the channel a lot. I want to know your thoughts on the Steam Deck, because honestly, I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this whole thing, and that's been my experience thus far with the Steam Deck, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Dom, and I will catch you in the next video.